It's me, and yeah, I'm trading. First time was wanting to go live, but unfortunately, the I just started up the channel. I've never streamed live before, and it wouldn't let me. I guess it takes up to 24 hours or more to get approved for streaming. So I just decided to record this and post it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm Trey Voltage, and I am literally not a pro trader by any means. I'm not a hugely profitable. I'm like an even trader, but if I look back far enough over my 5 years of actual education, I went through education. Prior to that, I've been, investing in the stock market for many years and did really well actually. In fact, I did better when I didn't know anything. And now that I got all this knowledge, I am just not nearly as profitable as I was when I knew nothing. So I don't know how to accept that information. I don't even know how to process it. But needless to say, that's where I'm at. But what I want to do is, I decide I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stream live because I'm gonna tell you, trading is a lonely business. All right, you're sitting here alone. You're literally battling your own demons because everybody knows that once you're in this, you kind of understand the technical setups, the patterns you're looking for, the momentum, the parabolic squeezes, right? Once you understand all that, it still comes down to right up here, and it's a battle against yourself. So basically, it's lonely, and I'm thinking, I've got a buddy of mine, and we've been friends since we were, teenagers. He's doing it too. We talk every now and again, but it's such a lonely business that I'm thinking I can't be the only one who really loves day trading, loves the stock market, loves investing, that's out here struggling after learning so much and figuring things out, but not able to really get myself completely profitable. So I'm like, I can't be the only one, so I'm hoping to find some other folks out there that are struggling like me, trying to figure it out. We can share some ideas and maybe help each other out. And maybe some of you folks out there can figure out, like, what am I missing? I know I've got definitely a fear. I do trade small size now. I stopped trading the big size because initially I lost a lot of money. And so I basically wanted to bring the size down, the share size, so that way I could continue to trade every day, continue to hone in on the skill, get things kind of dialed in before I actually build up and do bigger size, and then I can, do $500 days, $1,000 days, $10,000 days, like like all these traders out there you're watching, and you're sitting there going, Jesus, why not me? Why can't it be me? Why can't I be the guy? Could I be the guy that can actually make 10 grand, shut the computer down, and go out and have an awesome lunch? Could I ever be that guy? Because I want to be that guy. It's kind of a gaming thing, right? So you got this gaming, and I'm thinking, day trading is a game. It's just like any other gamer. We're putting hotkeys in. They're just playing with real money. All right, it's not a fantasy world. It's a real world with real things happening, and there's, you got to take accountability. Let me just put it to you that way, because you are responsible for every move you make. So, there's the ups, there's the downs. You're like, I got it. And I didn't, But needless to say, this is why I'm on here. I want to see if I can find some friends online, people that are struggling like me, but really want to make it happen, but don't want to blow up your account, destroy everything before you actually have the ability to succeed. Because to me, anyway, in my mind, it's if I can trade every day, then I'm practicing. I'm honing in the skill without blowing up the account, even if I lose, and minimizing my losses. So really, I want to be able to keep doing this every day until I can actually get to a point where I'm comfortable putting on more size and bringing in more money. So right now, my focus is really the how many cents per share or dollars per share I make on a trade on average. That's the metric that I use to kind of, because I, from studying and going through education, it's like, you can get 10 to 15 cents on a quick momentum trade. Okay, you're in the money. It's a good way to go. So I kind of track it that way. And then, of course, the percentages are great, too, because, again, if you guys have seen these parabolic moves, it's 100% like that. And, in fact, I tried one today. I'll show you. It's on the screen right now, BENF. Tried to get in at the 650 range, and, that was back here earlier this morning. And, I tried to get in right here. It was coming out after this halt. It went up, it pulled back enough, and just as it's starting to break, I actually put in a buy, and my buy was at 657, and it didn't fill me. And I'm on TD Ameritrade, think or swim. And I'm like, it didn't fill me, it's goofing around, so it was just kind of a red flag to me. I'm like, all right, don't mess with this, because if you get in, TD might not let me out, right? So I'm not using light speed, and I'm not paying the commissions. I'm keeping off the commissions, but I'm like, this thing can mess with me and nail me fast. So I decided to just I didn't get in on that first buy, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to mess with it, because if TD can't get me in, and I did I bought on the ask, and I don't have the hotkeys with TD that'll let me put in 5 cents over ask or 10 cents. I don't have that. I just kind of ignored it, but as you can see, this thing topped at 13. I would have had a double. I would have had 100%. Although I'll be honest, with my trading, I would have actually I would have rode this up a little bit, but I would have been selling little by little to the top. And when this thing pulled, I would have just been done. So I wouldn't have held through this pullback. I don't have that type of constitution, if you will. So this was kind of my day trade today that I tried on, and really it was the one. There was nothing else on the scanners that was actually looking as good, so you could see that a lot of traders got in this. Volume really, really ramped up, and what did it do? 28 million as of at this point today, and it's kind of flatlined out. And really, this was the news on this was that the company got back into compliance, with the with the minimum bid. I'm not sure if it's minimum bid or whatnot, but on the bid. And it blew up, and it was just the one, so really no great news by any means. They did a stock split. Looks like they did a split back on the 18th of April, and 1 to 80 they did to this. And so needless to say, that was my day trade. I'm also a swing trader, so I like to swing trade, and really that's how I started with the stock market. Was just buying stocks, and I was holding them for a long time. And then I started to kind of realize that it's like, look, man, I'm watching them go up, down, back up, down. And, so it's like you make money, then you're like, oh, it's gone. Then you wait, it's up, it's up, it's up. And so I was like, it just didn't ever make sense, because you're really sitting there and you're going through just, all this chop. But I did end up winning. I literally went from 2010 to 2015 and continued doubling my profits. And I was just investing and holding. I just kind of invest in companies I liked. And then, there were losses in there. Had to kind of sell, but I was really holding long term. Then when I got into the education of it, I heard about swing trading, this kind of active trader where what you want to do is take some profits, pay yourself. And when it pulls back and you're comfortable at a certain level, you add back to it and you continue to take the ride. So the swing trading thing came really attractive to me. So now I day trade and I swing trade. So presently I've got some positions on, and I'm doing okay, but I got nailed because I was an investor in Cloudflare, and they just reported last night, and the earnings were fine. Like, they beat top and bottom line, but they weren't showing growth. And they kind of came back and said, hey, look, it was 16 cents a share, and I think they hit 16 cents a share and earnings per share, and they were estimated to hit 13, and then they just kind of broke over the revenue. And so it was a top and bottom line beat, but kind of in line. But needless to say, they mentioned on the call that the reason they went up to 16 cents EPS was really because they ended up having some big clients come in, towards the end of the quarter. And then their guidance was kind of flat. It wasn't below, it was just flat. And because most people see Cloudflare as a company that's growing exponentially, the investors didn't like it. They're like, you're supposed to be growing exponentially. And, when you look at the daily chart, you can see when they reported on their last earnings, which was back here, what was that? So February 8th, huge gap up. and they had just blown away expectations. So, over the quarter, it kind of just dribbled down. I did some trading on this. I did get cash flow. So I was, going in and out of the position and created some cash flow, got myself up. But inevitably, it just kind of kept sinking. And I took my time, right? I didn't get crazy and try to buy and sell every day. But I really felt like, we had some levels here that, were pretty strong, that, kind of came, this is the 50-day at one point. It kind of went up from there, came back. And I'm like, okay, so I did a little buying there, and then it really pulled, really kind of left it alone, and then they reported, and as you can see, it just, I was in the after hours, and in fact, I bought, in the after hours. I bought around a $75 level, and presently this thing's sitting at $73.85. So hopefully it doesn't break below this level here at about 72 to 73, because that's a pretty good window down. And I'm down pretty big, so I'm sitting on this one right now thinking I may just have to take the loss, and it's a substantial loss for me because, again, I trade smaller size, so it's a substantial loss, but I may just have to cut it and discipline, right? Discipline. Take the loss, take the money, get the capital back in the account and reapply the capital. So needless to say, it hasn't been a great day on that front. And I've got too many positions. Just going to be honest. I've got too many positions, but there's just things I like because I'm trading in a retirement account, right? So a Roth, so it's tax free, and so that's really what I'm doing. So I do buy some long-term stuff. So I've got Microsoft. I've got Apple. Apple was great last night. That was kind of great to see it kind of break through some of the traffic it had on the 200 and the 100 day. I started buying Tesla because Tesla's getting beat up, and I'm a believer in Elon Musk. I think, he's got something in his back pocket, even though we know, the electric car, EV car, the industry's struggling a little bit, even though Tesla's kind of on top, but it's more of an investment in Elon Musk and, what he really believes, not what he believes, but his vision, which I just think is outstanding. So got some of that. I, of course, got Microsoft because they're just the monster, and their growth is just outstanding. And then NVIDIA. I've got some NVIDIA. So those are the ones that I really want to hold. Kind of long term, active trade them as I can. But those are the ones that I'm really interested in. On NVIDIA, Jason Wong. He's just talk about another visionary. This guy over at NVIDIA, the founder and CEO, he's outstanding. And this, again, is a belief really in him and what he's produced for the market. So needless to say, that's me. That's kind of what I'm doing.